Do you notice that trash is everywhere in Malaysia? They are on the roadsides, inside the drains, pools, or even under the trash prohibited signs. Bags of trash not only affects the beauty and cleanliness of the surroundings, but also will lead to the growth of rats and widespread infectious diseases. Let me share one of my funny experience with you on my recycling journey. I've started to recycle since August of 2015 as the government of Malaysia has made it mandatory to separate solid waste at source. I still remember that at the beginning of my recycling routine, I was catching the flu and used a lot of tissue papers. Then I threw all the used tissue papers inside the recycle bin and caught by a stranger. He told me that I shouldn't throw the tissue paper inside the recycle bin. And when I was wondering why, he said, "Do you want to recycle your mucus?" And I feel so ashamed. That day onwards, I always check whether the waste can be recycled or not via the internet. So today I'd like to talk to you about the negative impacts of not recycling on the environment, the benefits of recycling, and how to start a recycling routine in your daily life. I'll begin by telling you about the negative impacts of not recycling on the environment. Here, there are some negative impacts of not recycling on the environment. First, there are a lot of recyclable waste ends up in the ocean and is a danger to the oceanic life. The improper way of throwing away plastic bags will always make its way into the sea. Plastics decompose very slowly once it is in the ocean, and the breaking down of the plastic into the microplastics would harm the ocean's lives. Based on research, it is estimated at least 800 species of marine creatures are facing the marine trash problem. Not only plastics, but there are also much more waste end up as food for the marine creatures and may harm their body or even lead them to death. A recent study found that only 9% of plastic waste has been recycled from the 6.3 billion metric tons of plastic waste that has been produced. Thus, it is important to manage plastic waste. Next, landfills become overfilled as the amount of trash in them grows faster than it can decompose. Landfills are the place where the waste that we didn't recycle will go to. If we do not separate the waste properly, this may lead to the amount of trash in the landfills grow faster than it can decompose. Based on the research of US National Park Service, the plastic waste usually take up to 1,000 years to decompose. Plastic bags that we use in daily life takes up to 10 to 20 years. Plastic bottles will take up to 450 years to decompose, while the other recyclable waste that goes into the landfill, such as aluminum cans, take up to 80 to 200 years, and disposable diapers will take up to 550 years to be fully decomposed. As you can see, the earth will be sicker if we do not put any effort into recycling. The attitude and mindset of "it's okay without me" should not appear in our mind. We should always take care of our earth. By recycling, we can also benefit ourselves instead of the benefit to the environment. Firstly, we will talk about how recycling helps to preserve the environment and wildlife. Recycling can help to reduce the pollution caused by harmful chemicals and greenhouse gases released from rubbish and landfill sites. Firms require less energy consumption to produce products using recycled materials rather than using raw materials, and therefore can preserve natural resources. According to Animal Matters, wildlife habitat in the world is being destroyed at the rate of approximately 5,760 acres per day or 240 acres per hour. Thus, wildlife can be protected if everyone is recycling waste and lesser forestry. Water pollution and air pollution will occur and lessen the harm to the wildlife. On the other side, recycling reduces financial expenditure and creates jobs. We can reduce the financial expenditure in the economy because making new products from the recycled materials will cost lesser than using raw materials. There are many jobs created by recycling, and most of the jobs created are labor intensive. It involves the collection, sorting, and processing activities, as well as other supporting roles such as manufacturing operations, sales, and logistics of the recycled waste. In December 2018, a total of 55 plastic recycling projects has been operated, and these projects have created 3,341 jobs in the country. Now, all of you have known the benefits of recycling toward the environmental and also to ourselves. And maybe there are a few of you who haven't started to recycle yet. Thus, here are some tips for you to start your recycling routine. Most of you will ask, how can I start my recycling routine? So, I want to share some tips for the beginners. There are 4 types of recyclable waste you must know, which are paper, glass, plastic and aluminum cans, and e-waste, or what we have known as electronic waste. We can separate the waste into 2 major categories, which are recyclable waste and non-recyclable waste, or what we have known as general waste, that is damp. We can put the recyclable waste inside a plastic bag or a big box and then send them to the recycle center once a week. While the non-recyclable waste, we have to pack them inside a degradable plastic bag and throw it inside the rubbish bin outside your house, and they will be collected twice a week. Besides that, there are 3 steps to recycle effectively. Firstly, we must know what waste belongs to each recycled bins. We can focus on the most commonly recyclable waste like paper, glass, and plastics. Secondly, we must know what kind of trash that cannot be thrown inside the recycle bins. Perhaps we can surf the websites such as Recycle for Life, iCycle Malaysia, Department of Environmental Malaysia to get the information of recyclable and non-recyclable waste. Lastly, do a quick clean to make sure that there is nothing left inside the containers before putting them inside the recycle bin. This is to make sure that the other recyclable waste does not mix with the non-recyclable waste. For those who are interested in recycling, they can join recycling programs and might win some reward against this. For example, by joining the program held by Recycle for Life, one will earn cash rewards through the use of a smart card. This card can be used to buy product or goods from the hypermarket or shops that are connected with them, such as EconSafe. It's really easy to recycle, just a few steps, and all your efforts will be contributed to the society and environment. Why don't you start now? Finally, I will give a summary of recycling to all of you. As you can see, recycling is very important to our daily lives and the environment. Everyone can practice recycling, and it is not hard to get involved in those recycling programs. Great job for those who are already recycling unwanted waste. And it's never late to begin your recycling life now for those who haven't started to recycle. The green earth needs you. Recycle for life, recycling household e-waste, recycle for the earth, for your family and friends' health, and your own benefits. Are you engaged to recycle as your habits? If not, it's never too late to start to recycle from today. Our earth is in danger now, and this is because of our careless up to this point with the ways we treated the earth. So, it's time to change our mindset, and also our attitudes toward recycling. Every little one of you can help to make the earth greener.